Good afternoon, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to Market Pulse, where we discuss about what happened last in week in the market and also what could be expected in the upcoming week. Well, our usual time is 7 p.m., but today I'm doing it a little early because I have some family commitment and some other commitments which will not enable me to be here at 7 p.m. So I thought I'll finish this early and then go so that you get your updates and I can get back to my track. Well, so talking about the markets last week, the markets were in continuous consolidation, right? The movement was so small, range, I would say, but in between the range, of course, market kept on being volatile. So one good thing was the market was kind of on a positive bias throughout the week. But if you look at the week, there were a few important things to be looking at. After the RBI governor came out and said that he wants banks to control on the credit growth. I mean, every bank is focusing on credit growth. We discussed about it in one of the weekly podcasts. So if you missed that, do check out the previous podcast where we discuss in detail about it. So RBI doesn't want the credit growth to be going at this speed, and that is kind of bringing some weakness in the banking sector that was seen. But then the good thing was the IT sector was seen to be performing better. So we could see especially the big wigs like IT big wigs like Infosys, Tech Mahindra. We could also check TCS also trying to move up. Basically, TCS is having the buyback also, but that was kind of giving some positivity to the IT sector. So IT sector actually started rising up and has supported the fall of the banking sector. So overall, the market has been kind of flat throughout. No major events there, except of course there was one more report that said that the credit card spending has actually gone up really high in India, and that is again something that we need to keep a watch out on. Of course, it's a good thing for companies like SBI Card and SDFC Bank and almost all banking sectors, but then on a longer term, this could be proving fatal as well. So that would be something that again we would be focusing at. So that was about the last week. Also, we had a short week last week at the US because of the Thanksgiving Day and the their event, so which had Thursday as a holiday in the US and Friday was just a half day. So after that, if you look at the market, entire week has not been a big buying nor selling by the institutions. So all these things together kept the week almost flat. Now, market is finding huge resistance close to 19,800 to 850 levels, and on downside support still continues to be 19,500. So this is the important level to watch at this point of time. But then tomorrow, the week is starting off with a holiday in India. It's a Guru Nanak Jayanti, and there's a holiday in India. It's a local holiday, and US markets will open tomorrow evening. So effect of that can be seen on Tuesday. So that's something that we can watch out for. But apart from that, if you look at the market this week, the two important focus would be on the GDP data. Yes, on Wednesday, there's the US GDP data coming out, which is something very important to be looking at. Then there's also the inflation data that's coming out. Last time it was less than expected, and then around 2.1, and this time how much it would be, that is important to look at. And apart from that, we have the India GDP data coming on Thursday. So these are things to be looked at as of now. The markets would be looking at these data for the next phase of run. But then in India, the focus would be majorly on the monthly expiry. So it's going to be the monthly expiry this Thursday. So because of that, we have the Bank Nifty and Nifty expiring on the same day. So the volatility can go slightly on the higher side. Though volatility has become a part of the market, it could be slightly on the higher side on this week because of the monthly expiry. And then we have the Indian elections coming up the next week. So overall, the markets are going to see some action at this point of time. And the markets being a shorter week, as Monday is a holiday, the expiry, multiple expiries this week is going to make the market really kind of unstable. So again, what do we do now as traders? We've taken very safe position and sitting with some decent profit there. Coming to investors, I would not say, again, this is not a great time for the market to be seeing a great inflow of fund, but of course you can continue to do a SIP mode of investment. That is the best thing. But again, coming to next week, we'll have more details about the elections, and also we will be watching out for the exit polls that will be coming the next week. So these are all times which could be used as a good investment time, because temporary, there might be dips in the market, and whenever a dip comes, could be a good time to keep adding little funds into the market. So this is the expectation for now. Coming to this week, again, a major support is seen at 19,500 and a major resistance at 19,850. So the consolidation within this range is not great. I'm expecting either a breakdown or a breakout from this range. So I would say it is better to go on a safer side. Safer side, on the higher side, I would say 20,200 is a very important level on the top to be, taking a resistance if 19,900 is broken. So that is something that needs to be looked out. And similarly on the downside, if 19,500 is broken, then 19,200 to 300 would be the major support zone. So that is something which needs to be looked at. So expiry, I'm not giving a number at this point of time. We need to see how the markets open on Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll not have the podcast because tomorrow is a market holiday. We will catch up again on Tuesday because the weekly Tuesday meeting which I attended BNI, so I don't do the reports on Tuesday. So next we'll be catching up on Wednesday with more details. Let's see how things go, and based on that we'll discuss on Wednesday. So if you have any questions, meanwhile you can post it in the comment section. We will be answering it in the next podcast. But for now, this is Srikanth Rajan signing off, wishing you a great week ahead. See you with more details on Wednesday. Goodbye. Have a great week ahead.